DeGeneres has once again been exposed for being a horrible person, especially when it came to her talk show. Comedian Adam Carolla has made a series of startling new claims about Ellen from when he was a guest on the show. He said that staff on Ellen were scared, real scared, during his 2 guest spots on the program. Adam recalled being repeatedly reminded by a scared to death page to avoid certain topics before going on air. Now, the second incident involved a writer for the show branding his then boss Ellen the worst person I've ever met. I knew they were scared because it's like I was just sitting in my dressing room and their segment producer came in and he went, all right, so we went all over the stuff we're gonna talk about, and he goes, you're not gonna talk about meat or beef or anything like that, right? He said, and Adam agreed to that and said that he wouldn't, and then went on to say on a podcast, and then he came back 20 minutes later right before I went out and he's like, okay, but don't talk about beef or meat or anything, Adam continued saying. I was like, oh, this guy is scared to death, he said. Now, he recalled all this after making one appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show in March 2012. So it seems like Ellen has been mistreating and scaring her staff for over a decade at least, which is just insane and completely unacceptable. Now, last year, her new Netflix special, Ellen DeGeneres For Your Approval, was released, and she said that she was kicked out of show business for being a strong woman. But former employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show wondered why she felt that way, as she replaced her crew with non-union workers during the pandemic and fired people for going on medical or bereavement leave. Now, after Ellen's Netflix special, one former employee spoke out and said, even however many years removed I am from working there, seeing her just brings me back to that fear and that anxiety that I would have. They said about their experience working for Ellen. Literally, the sight of her gives me a trauma response. I can't say that for any other job I've had in any other field. And yeah, that is not normal at all, and it makes you think about how bad Ellen would have had to treat these people. Now, before 10 employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show came forward and accused their boss of creating a toxic workplace filled with racism, fear, and intimidation in July 2020, Ellen was known to be filled with kindness, as her slogan was, be kind. Now, eventually, multiple employees who were mistreated found their voices, and horror stories of Ellen's bad behavior were spread everywhere, where one employee even exposed that Ellen got a waitress fired for daring to serve Ellen with chipped nail polish. Now, some workers claim that they were instructed by their direct managers to not to speak to Ellen if they saw her around the office. They also said that Ellen only appeared to be bubbly and down to earth when she knew that the camera was on her, but that when she's backstage, she is demanding and rude to her staff. Now, a few had even quit because of her behavior, because apparently she exploded at staffers over the tiniest things. It's crazy that all these years later, people are still exposing Ellen for her bad behavior, and maybe it's a good thing that she's not in show business anymore.